Good morning, Monday morning. What can you say? Back again. I was at church yesterday. So first time I've been there since I put the handrail up actually. Which the minister extremely pleased. Actually, I'm very pleased with myself. It looks fantastic. It looks as if it's been there. And the sermon he pointed out that heaped praise upon me. What can you say? It's a great thing, praise. But anyway, that does look as if it's been there for all time, and so it worked extremely well. It's always good when it works out well, like, you know, this is the one moment in time when things just don't work as well, and it's the same with stick making. You know, it's a bit of fun, it's all these things. You mustn't take it too seriously. Enjoy it, and enjoy it will get better, and it's a process, and you can experiment with things, and some things work for you, as I said before in the other videos, some things don't. Many thanks to the viewers who keep watching it. The minister says to me, he says, well, he now knows, of course, I've got a YouTube channel. And what was it he says to me? He says, a great lad, Scott. So he is, he's fantastic, very good minister. And he was telling me, he says, I need to break America. I need to get into America, he says to me. I says, oh, very good. Well, that's where the money is, he says to me. But what do I do with money now? I mean, cheapers, right? But it's always nice, and can do a few more comments and that kind of thing. There was a chap, a stick maker, and I was flicking through things last night. I don't check it very often. I was flicking through, and there was a chap who's in Sherwood Forest or something. I didn't get the handle, you know, the thing on it all, but anyway, he did put in, and he's enjoying it, and thanks very much for putting it out there, kind of thing. And there's been a few likes and a few dislikes, but well, there you are, so you can't please everybody. But we try our best, like, you know, there's an old saying that opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one, and it doesn't sound very good, but it's perfectly true, like, you know, guys. But don't be put off or discouraged by people, and do your thing, and enjoy the whole thing, like, you know. And I'm now, another bit of fan mail, you know, I've eventually got that cane, that ebony cane, to the woman it was for, and I didn't charge anything because it was her father's, and at one time, as I said in one of the videos, it had been a classy bit of work. There would be a lot of silver about this thing and whatnot, and it would be an ornate thing, but so anyway, she sent me a card. And I'll read it out to you. Say, listen, why not? It's like points of view, this, like, you know. It always amazes me with points of view, because people take the time to watch programmes that maybe are not their thing, to complain about it. And they do nitpick on every little detail. And I think the world's full of critics at times, and sometimes people don't see the positive side of things. And I was once at a meeting when I worked many years ago, and where it was one of these think tank things, meat, greet, bloody whole business, like, you know, which I'm not really good at, in all honesty, but I wasn't good at anyway. But anyway, I started away with what was wrong. What's wrong? I can't help myself, of course. I kind of stop you there. Oh yes, there's a problem, Jim. I said, well, could we not start away with what's right? Would that not have a better basis for taking this forward, rather than start away with what's wrong? Oh, well, surely we're doing something right. You know, it's working. You know, to a point, there's things wrong by all means, but there's more right than there is wrong. Oh yes, well, okay. I said to myself, dear, this is the world we live in nowadays, where we look at things and we see everything is wrong. And sure, there's plenty wrong, but there's plenty right. In fact, there's more right than there is wrong in some ways, you know. And But that's the kind of thing. And in the workplace at times I found as I finished up, it was negative. The whole thing's negative. No positivity about it. People aren't positive. And negative people attract negative people. And before you know where you are, you're drawn into it. They spend, instead of working all day or working what they should be doing, they're spending more time discussing what's wrong with it. I worked with this chap who, at one time, I don't think he ever said to me that was good, that gym, that worked out really well. I wouldn't have done it that way, this way or that way. Well, listen, you know, where were you? Oh, right, it's only after it. He wasn't good at doing anything himself, but he had an opinion on everything, and I think that's where sometimes where things are wrong, and sometimes these people are listened to more than anything else, right? Anyway, I've got off my bloody soapbox here. Get back to what I was talking about. It might not be nothing to do with sticks at this moment or this one, like, you know, but we'll maybe catch it later. I'm busy clearing out the workshop, or clearing this part of it anyway. The son's convinced me that we're going to project that bench right all the way through, try and create storage, and he's right enough, and put the chop saw and various other things right along, and it's going to make it handier for us all, instead of the collection of oddments that I've got, like, you know, I mean, I've kept, in some ways I've kept reminders of everything, of bits and pieces of jobs, and when I was raking things out there this morning or yesterday, 8-inch nails, believe it or not, 8-inch nails. These are the business, these things, like, you know, and I can remember driving them. I can remember building the laminate arched bridge that, when I used them on the decking. In fact, it was one of the cleverest. It was all pre-cut for me. All I had to do was actually assemble it in a big, huge workshop, and it was getting craned into position. And so it all came pre-cut for. Well, there's a lot of handrail situations had to be done myself, but all the main laminates, arch laminates were made, and the steel work, stretch bars, whatnot, and that kind of thing. They were all things with brackets and various other things. But the decking was one of the best decking situations I'd seen, and it was basically, it was, the edges of the decking were narrower at the bottom. If I say it was like, say, 6 by 3, it was 6 inches at the top and 5 inches at the bottom, and so it got wider at the bottom of the decking, which was great. Any stones and things that went through into it would fall right through. Dirt would fall right through. It wouldn't gather anything. And it's the one and only time that I ever assembled anything or made anything like that, that the decking had been thought out carefully so as that it wouldn't get clogged up through the years and rot would set in. And it's a shame, by the way, the guys that were putting, the guy who was in charge of putting in the abutments for it didn't realise that you know, this is capable of sitting on 2 concrete pads either side of the river, and decided that he would basically build the river up. We could have put steelwork across and concrete slab work on it. Came straight up from the river to the. That's supposed to be angled back. Too late. So what is it? I was expecting when I went there to got it transported, I was expecting to find 2 concrete pads for the ends to sit on, the steel brackets fitted to them and everything. Yeah, that was it. But anyway, it wasn't there. We get back to the card. I'm off again. I'm off. Got in. Anyway, dear Jim, thank you very much for making my father's game beautiful again. It's really unique now, and when my nephew inherits it, with many years, not for many years I hope, I'll make sure he knows all about you, and the very special refurbishment you carried out on it. It was really kind of you, and I do appreciate all the thought and work you put into it. Many thanks again, yours Wendy. So it was very nice, and it's always nice, a wee bit of fun. Yeah, there you go. And it was a very nice bit of work. It worked out fine. As I say, some things work really well, and some things, you know, you've got to work hard. They don't just work as well as you want, but that's it, you know. It's all in the game, right? But yeah, so I was looking through the antler this morning. I've got something build, or to make anyway, but I came across this bit of antler. Oh, gee whiz, what a weight. There was some beastie that carried this, you know. Heavy. There are no other pieces of antler that I've got are as heavy as this. Can't use it for anything with a stick, it's just too heavy at all, like, you know. But there's plenty of other stuff, so I go look at, I mean, if you take it in comparison, oh, gee whiz, I mean, that's flyaway stuff like that, you know, but the old beastie, that one is bloody solid, absolutely solid, right? Beautiful stuff, right? So, I'm going to look through it, and I've got a kind of antler staff type stick to make. Getting shanks again is going to do the thing, but we'll see, we'll see. We've got one or two. I've cleared some out, I've made a little bit of space and whatnot, but this is a briar one. I'd thrown it out, but I brought it back in. I'm not going to throw it, because it will make a good knob stick. And I think it's just the thought of putting a bit of work into it, I think, more than anything else, but it's, yeah, bring that back in from now. But the other stuff, well, what can you say, right? It sits out now, it'll stay out, right? And now that I've got the table cleared there, I'm going to get all the handles tipped out, or possible handles tipped out, and go back through them again, because it's creeping out on the floor. I just keep buying. Started off with the new, you know, the ones I pick in different pails and things like that. But now, of course, it's all intermixed with everything, so that's it, you know. But we were talking about the fun making the stick. I was going to show you this one. This is one that the son made up. I got the timber. It's all Scotch pine, and they called it Nessie at the end of the day. Sometimes he comes in and he quite enjoys a little bit. He likes things that are unusual. He doesn't like building, you know, normal kind of stuff. He likes a little bit difference to it. And but this, when I seen this bit of Scotch pine this day, I went, oh yeah, there's a stick in that, like, you know, and it's a different thing altogether. And very, very nice. It works really well, right? And when I was looking through the sticks this morning, I went, I'll bring that out and show it up again and whatnot, and see how it goes, right? But yeah, I thought it was a lot longer. It's funny that I was looking for a longer stick in the pile. I said, where is it? Where is it? It's amazing. A little bit of time, but it was short, a lot shorter. But so you please yourself, make something up, and as I said, you'll look back at them and you look at them and you go, but that's part of it. That's the whole thing. Right? Anyway, clocks went, times went, and that's it. So a quick word to Nick. He'll know who he is if he's watching this. Something wrong with my emails right now. I can't answer you, but I will get it sorted and get back to you. And yes, certainly I'll do what you want, and I'll try and achieve what you want. Anyway, it's just in case I have a little bit of time, but I'll forget about it. I'll get back to it at some point. Anyway, catch you after. Cheers.